What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm back today with another video. If you've been here before, welcome back. If it's your first time, thanks for tuning in and checking out the channel. I really do appreciate it. Before this video begins, I'd just like to take a moment to thank you and give a huge shout out to everybody who watched, shared, liked, supported, did anything to support my Slam of Gatlinburg after movie. That video blew up in such a short amount of time, and I can't thank you enough. It means the world to me how much you guys supported that video, and it literally blew up and took off. So thank you very much. If you haven't already, go ahead and like this video down below, hit the notification bell so you can see when I post, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Now let's go ahead and start today's video. So you want to own a Lexus IS300. Well, you've come to the right place because I happen to own one and drive one every single day, so I might be able to help you out a little bit with the car. In this video, we're going to be talking about a little bit of the history of the IS300, where it came from, how to look for one, what to look out for when you're buying one, and how to modify one. So let's get started. All right, back in the late 90s, Lexus, BMW, and Mercedes were all killing the game. However, Mercedes had the C-Class, BMW had the 3 Series. Lexus didn't really have an answer for one of those sporty compact sedans like the other two were pushing out. So that's exactly what they did. They got to work, targeting the BMW 3 Series specifically, and thus the Lexus IS300 was born. Here in the States, it was sold as the Lexus IS300. In Japan, it was the Toyota Altezza, and parts of Europe and Australia, it was the IS200. But we're only going to focus on the Lexus IS300 here in the States. The Lexus IS300 was sold as rear-wheel drive with a limited slip differential. You can get it with a 5-speed manual transmission or a 5-speed automatic transmission. And of course, it was paired with the Toyota 2JZ engine. However, it is not the same engine as the Toyota Supra that everybody wants. Yes, there are naturally aspirated Supras out there, and the engine was also in the SC300 from Lexus, but it's not the same as the turboed, super fun Supra engine that everybody wants it to be. So don't go around calling it a Ford or Supra because it's not the same thing. Just wanted to get that clear. From factory, the IS300 made 215 horsepower and 218 torques. Now, in today's standard, that's not fast at all. But back in 2001, it was pretty quick. Pretty quick A to B, definitely spanked them Hondas. Now, over the years of the 2001 to 2005 first generation IS300, we saw many different paint codes. So I will now read to you. In 2001, Diamond White Pearl, Millennium Silver Metallic, Black Onyx, Auburn Sky Pearl, Solar Yellow, Imperial Jade Mica, Spectra Blue Mica, which is my color, Graphite Pearl. In 02, Absolutely Red, Chiabola Gold, Electric Green, Intensa Blue Pearl. In 03, Thunder Cloud Metallic. What is that? That's awesome. In 04, we saw Indigo Ink, Savannah Metallic, Bluestone Metallic. Every now and then they'd add a new one in there, but for the most part, they all pretty much say the same. But who is naming these paint codes? This guy needs a raise. That's awesome. Thunder Cloud Metallic. Sounds like a band name. I don't know. All right, now that we got a little bit of the history out of the way, now we're gonna start talking about you actually looking for one, picking one up, what to look out for, and owning a Lexus IS300. So let's get into that. So you're wanting to pick up and buy a Lexus IS300. Well, first thing I would recommend doing is picking up your old laptop and browsing the internet. You can look on Facebook Marketplace, you can look on Craigslist or OfferUp or whatever website pleases your fancy. I would recommend trying to find an old lady that's had one since 2001 and it's been untouched and just driven by an old lady. I would recommend doing that. I would recommend doing that for any car you pick up, not just IS300s. I would stay away from buying anybody's project car because unless they have the paperwork or you know the person and you know they've done good work to the car, you never know what they've done or taken out or removed or added or whatever. And it could just be a ticking time bomb. Some other things I would recommend looking out for when you're picking one up, definitely when you're going to pick it up and look at it, check out the ball joints. They tend to go pretty bad pretty quickly in IS300s. I would check those out, make sure nothing's wiggling or moving around in there. Keep up on maintenance, check up the maintenance records. When was the last oil change done? When was the last timing belt done? You gotta keep up on the timing belt and the harmonic balancer or your engine will explode. Another thing is in the later years, I don't know why, but in 2004, 2005, you get what's called sticky dash. I don't have that luckily in my car. Mine's doing pretty good, but kind of self-explanatory. The dashboard looks and feels sticky. I don't know if it's from the sun or what they did in the later years, but 2001, 2002, you're good. You don't get that. The headlights, they tend to yellow pretty quick too. So you might want to pick up either a new set of headlights or some headlight restoration kit and fix them that way. But they do tend to yellow also. Now, the hard part is trying to find a manual Lexus IS300, because over the years they've become more and more hard to find, and anybody that is selling one is selling them way overpriced just because it's a manual one. Automatic, you're good all day. You can go on Facebook and you can find 15 of them right there for under $5 grand. Now, the condition might suck, but automatic IS300 for under $5 grand. I got mine from a dealership. It was on my way to my house and I saw it, Googled it, got it the next day. Mine was, it was under 7. I want to say it was like 6.5, maybe 65, 6,700. It was under 7, but it was in really good condition. The paint was awesome. I loved the color of it, and it was just sitting there. If you are wanting to find a manual one, be prepared to pay manual IS300 prices, or you can do what I'm doing, which I'm going to manual swap it from auto to manual. You can get many different kits. You can go OEM and find a W55. Some people do a W58 and swap it in that way. I'm going to do the CD009. So that's taking a 6-speed transmission from a 350Z, and I'm getting the Serial 9 kit, the bell housing kit. So basically you're just going to take a little cut off the front of the 350Z transmission, put on the new bell housing from Serial 9, and boom, bolts right up. Might have to hammer out the tunnel a little bit, but goes right up in the OEM spot of the IS300. And then now you have a 6-speed manual transmission instead of the 5-speed OEM W55, which the W55 isn't really that great anyway. It's kind of weak. So people go for the W58, which is a little beefier. So there's a couple options for manual swapping. First thing I would recommend doing is figuring out what you want to do with the car. Do you want to drift it? It's a really good drift car. Or do you want to mod it up as a show car? Or do you just want to daily and throw some wheels on it? Figure that out first before you start picking out your mods and stuff like that. Let's say for the sake of this video that you want to make a balls to the walls crazy show car. Let's talk about suspension. Say you're wanting to run coilovers because you're not ready to pay that pretty penny that air suspension costs. So here's a couple brands that I would recommend. BC Racing coilovers, it's a classic, pretty good coilovers. Not too expensive, but they're kind of in that nice budget where you're not going to cheap out in suspension and brake stuff. Fortunatos, I'm personally thinking about running Fortunatos. They're a really good brand, they're hand built, you can send them in, get them rebuilt, so they're rebuildable. Really good coilovers. Body kits. There's tons of body kits that you can run for this car. If you're going to drift it, I would recommend just picking up a cheap Duraflex one that's not too expensive. If you're gonna smash it into shit, I wouldn't get an expensive body kit. Personally, thinking about running the Vertex kit, I think it's one of the best kits on the market right now for the IS300. I think it looks really, really good. A good example of this body kit, go check out Dustin from Okie Doke. His IS300 it's beautiful. I take pictures every time I see it, so I would definitely recommend checking out Okie Doke. Forewarning, if you do plan on running the Vertex kit, it does say on the website that you have to modify the rear bumper to make it fit an American IS300 because it's made to fit an Altezza, not an IS300. So later down the road when I get the kit, I'm gonna have to figure out how that works, or if I'm gonna do just the front and side skirts and do like a TRD rear bumper. TRD, they also make a front bumper, front lip, side skirts, rear bumper. You can do a OEM plus look with a TRD kit or BN Racing. So there's plenty and tons of different body kits that you can run on this car. Now let's talk about wheels. Everybody wants to talk about the wheels. Bolt pattern is 5x114.3, which is a pretty wide bolt pattern. You get a lot of different brands on there. Sizing runs from 17 to 19s if you're bold. I'm currently running Kansei Astros in the gloss white finish. They're 18x9 plus 22s. I got a plus 22. I would recommend getting a plus 35 or plus 38 offset. You can also run Kansei tandems. I see a lot of tandems on IS300s. I see tons and tons on the internet of work VSKFs, D9R, or the ZR10s, but if you want a cheaper option, NK NT03s I think look fantastic on the IS300. I would check those out. So those are some wheel options that you can do for these cars. You can really go anywhere. That bolt pattern and sizing options, you can run so many different options on there. Now for exhausts, currently on my car, I bought it like this, I didn't put it on. There is a Greddy Revolution RS catback exhaust, and I mean, it does the job. It makes it a little louder, but it's not really the sound that I'm wanting out of it, so I'm probably gonna switch it up to a HKS high power, which a lot of people tend to run. I would stay away from straight piping these because they don't sound good when they're straight piped. So I would recommend, whatever you're doing, running at least one catalytic converter on the car. So no straight pipes, no straight pipes. It's not a Honda, and it sounds even worse than a Honda when it's straight pipe, believe it or not. And as far as other things, aesthetic things, you can really go whatever direction you want. You can wrap it, you can paint it, tint it. The first thing I did when I bought the car was I went on eBay and I got an aftermarket Altezza grill, which has that Altezza logo in the front. It's black with red, but I'm probably gonna switch it up to a chrome one here soon because I'm starting to like the look of those a little better. So grills, I also did the window rain guard visors on the sides and on the roof spoiler as well. I did that, but I want to switch it up to an actual fiberglass one and not the stupid plastic one, because that thing broke when I was taking it out of the packaging, so it's not very good. Minty Fresh, they're making really good fiberglass pieces for the IS300. You can get wings, and I'm gonna get the roof wing on the back, and it just sticks on, but it looks really good and solid. So I'm probably gonna run that from Minty Fresh, so check them out as well. All right, that's pretty much it, guys. You know the history of the IS300, you know how to look for one, how to pick one up, a little bit of how to modify it, but don't take everything I've said straight to heart. It is your car, you're buying it, not them. You're driving it, not them. Don't listen to the internet, don't listen to what other people or your friend is telling you to do to this car. It's your car, build it for yourself and how you want to drive it and enjoy it. Build your car the way you want to, and don't take any shit from anybody else. It's my final advice. I hope I helped anybody looking to get into an IS300 or picking one up, or knows a friend that wants to pick one up. Send them this video. I hope I helped a little bit with some information and tips and all of that good stuff. Before this video ends, don't forget to like this video, comment down below if any of this information helped, hit the notification bell so you can see when I post, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.